Sydney Stone is pleased to present a series of how-to videos using the RSL2702S all-in-one hot and cold laminator. There are 6 videos in this laminating series covering both single and double-side hot laminating, cold laminating, decaling, and mounting. In this segment, we're going to show you how to create a decal, which is a laminated graphic with a double-sided adhesive on the back side, ready to mount onto a rigid board such as foam core or coroplast. The first thing we do is we set our laminator so that we have the appropriate temperature on the top hot roller for our laminating film, and we set the bottom roll on the laminator to room temperature, as the mounting adhesive is actually pressure sensitive. Our laminating film on the top roll should be mounted so that, again, the film is coming off the bottom of the roll towards the front of the laminator. Initially, I'm going to bring this laminating film underneath the idle bar. And for now, I'm simply going to drape it over top of the safety guard. Better still, we'll just drape it up out of the way for the moment. I'm now going to take off my feed table. I have my mounting adhesive mounted on the bottom roll, and this must be oriented so that the material is coming off, again, the bottom of the roll towards the laminator, like so. Usually if we were laminating, we would take our laminating film and we would wet it through the idle bars. However, as mounting adhesive comes off the roll, the first side of the pressure-sensitive adhesive is exposed. So in this case, we actually bypass the idle bars and we bring the material straight up to the rollers. I'm going to bring up enough at this point to just barely go over the top of the top roller. Bit more slack. I'm now going to bring my top laminating film, which I'm going to line up and center, the same as the bottom roll. I can visually line up by coming over top of the guard to make sure that I'm lined up as close as possible. I'm now going to bring this film down through the cover on top of the mounting adhesive so that I now have both films overlapping the center nip point on the rollers. I'm now going to replace my feed table, lower my safety guard. I'm now going to take a leader board, which again is any rigid substrate, something less than about 6 millimeter, 3/16 of an inch. And I'm going to use this to start the materials into the rollers. I give myself a little bit of slack on both rolls initially to help make it easy to push the materials in. Once I've got them well into the rollers, I'll close the pressure, hit my run button, and the laminator will now pull the leader board through, which is taking the materials with it. Once the leader board exits the rear of the laminator, we'll stop the laminator, cut off the leader board. I'm going to put pressure on the pressure lever while the leader board is going through, so that when the leader board clears the rollers will close because I'm putting pressure. This will close the rollers and continue to drive the film through once the leader board is exited. I can now stop the laminator and cut off my leader board. Now that we have the laminator webbed up, with the hot laminating film on top and the pressure-sensitive mounting adhesive on the bottom, equal width rolls. This is now similar to double-side laminating. We can now feed graphics through of any size, and in a single pass we're applying the lamination film to the top and the mounting adhesive to the bottom. Bring my leading edge up, center it in the laminator, and start. We don't have to worry about the films being larger than the graphics because the film rolls are the same size, so any excess is going onto the other roll, not onto the laminator rollers. When we're finished laminating our graphics, we don't have to worry about putting anything in at the end, again, because the films are on each other. Simply run the laminator until the last graphic exits the cut line at the back of the laminator, and then we can stop the laminator. Once our final graphic exits the cut line at the back of the laminator, we can stop the laminator and remove the graphics. When using the cutter, start anywhere into the graphic, push down, and then slide the cutter in both directions to remove the graphics. We now have our decal, which is the laminated graphic with adhesive on the back side, ready to mount this graphic onto this rigid foam board. We're going to use the laminator to apply this decal to the foam board in the next segment. Sydney Stone carries a full range of both hot and cold laminating films and supplies. Please call us or visit printfinishing.com for more information.